Protests in the Idlib region of northwestern Syria have been going on since February over what residents say are unlawful detentions and economic disparity. They continue despite a crackdown by the rebel leadership of northwestern Syria, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, or HTS, which has deployed security forces ahead of expected demonstrations, set up checkpoints, and made arrests. Protesters are also calling for the resignation of some top leaders.
In 2011, we went out in demonstrations against Bashar al-Assad for his practices against the people. And after all this suffering, these people came to torture us in prisons, impoverish people, and leave them to suffer in camps without services.
Northwestern Syria under HTS is the only major region still at war with the government of President Bashar al-Assad. And some protesters say the group's failure to recapture lands taken by the government is among their complaints. More pressing, however, is the extreme poverty that plagues the region, with more than half the population of roughly 5 million people internally displaced, mostly living in camps without humanitarian aid. In the markets, prices have skyrocketed. Sellers say people close to the government run corrupt monopolies that drive up prices.
Look at food items, for example, tomatoes, meat, or cucumbers. When they come in demand, they reduce the supply and the price increases.
Lawyers say people are being arrested by the hundreds for political dissent.
There
are no trials and there are no warrants. They arrest people who criticize the government based on customs and the whims of the security forces.
But officials from the Syrian Salvation Government, the civilian leadership associated with HTS, say they do not arrest people for criticizing the government.
These demands began to shed light on government shortcomings related to the economy, living situations, the security situation, and many other issues, such as some laws.
He calls Idlib a forgotten city, isolated from international aid in a region now home to more than 4 times the population it was built for, with internally displaced families from every corner of Syria. Heather Murdock, VOA News, Istanbul.